Imagine this: you're pouring your heart into someone, giving them attention, care, and consistency, and yet she seems to pull away. But the moment you act like you don't care, suddenly her interest spikes. The thumbnail says it all: the less you care, and you've probably experienced it. It's frustrating, confusing, almost unfair. Why is it that women get addicted to men who act like they're nothing? Why does detachment create desire? This isn't about playing cruel games, but about understanding a truth that can change not only your relationships but your life. The truth is, attraction is not about how much you do for someone. It's about who you are when you stop chasing and start standing in your own power. Now listen closely, because this is not just a dating tip. This is psychology. When you chase, you place her above you. You communicate with every word, every gesture, that she is the prize, and you are the pursuer. But when you detach, when you act like you don't need her validation, something magnetic happens. You shift the energy, you become the man she chooses, not the man begging to be chosen. And if you've ever felt invisible, overlooked, or not respected in your relationships, I want you to stay with me, because what you'll hear today will change how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, and how women respond to you. Subscribe our channel Next Gen Emma Diviv, because what we share here is not about manipulation, it's about transformation. It's about becoming the man who doesn't just attract women, but commands respect, admiration, and loyalty from everyone around him, because of the way he walks through life. Here's the core truth: women are drawn to men who don't make them their entire world. Think about it. If you treat someone like oxygen, if you depend on their presence for every breath, do they feel lucky to have you? Or do they feel the weight of your neediness pressing down on them? Human beings crave what feels scarce, what feels uncertain, what feels like it could slip through their fingers at any moment. And when you show that you're not desperate, that you don't need anyone to validate you, you instantly tap into that deep psychological trigger of desire. Scarcity creates value, availability kills attraction, and this goes beyond women. Look at your life. If you hand your energy, your time, your focus to anyone who asks for it, people start to take it for granted. But the moment you guard it, when you make your time sacred, people line up for a piece of it. Your energy becomes a currency, and when you spend it recklessly, it loses value. But when you invest it wisely, the world respects you. Let me ask you this: are you living as the man who needs permission to feel worthy, or as the man who sets the standard for his own worth? Because if you're constantly chasing approval, constantly bending to please, you will always be one step behind. But the moment you decide, I am enough, I am complete, and I will not beg for what I deserve, everything shifts. Respect is never given to the man who kneels before being asked. Respect is given to the man who stands tall, even if he stands alone. Here's a surprising truth: women don't get addicted to the man who texts her every morning, checks in every hour, and showers her with constant praise. They get addicted to the man who gives them a taste, then pulls back, the man who's present when he chooses to be, but never available on demand. Why? Because uncertainty creates anticipation, and anticipation is the heartbeat of desire. That's why the guy who seems to care less is often the one who ends up in her mind all day, while the guy who gave her everything becomes an afterthought. But don't misunderstand this. It's not about being rude, cold, or arrogant. It's about alignment. It's about showing her that you have a life, a mission, a vision that doesn't revolve around her, that you are a man already fulfilled, and she is invited to add to your story, not become your entire story. Women are addicted to men like this because deep down, they respect strength. They admire independence, and they crave the challenge of earning your focus. So I want you to picture yourself right now. Imagine the version of you who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't crumble when attention fades. The version of you who looks at rejection and says, "That's fine, I wasn't depending on you anyway." That version of you is magnetic. That version of you is unstoppable. That version of you is already inside you, waiting for you to stop giving your power away. Here's the raw truth: you lose nothing by walking away from someone who doesn't value you, but you lose everything by staying where your worth is ignored. And the moment you embody that, the moment you live it, people feel it, they sense it, and they treat you different. I've seen men transform their entire lives just by embracing this mindset. A man who used to drown in insecurity suddenly becomes the guy everyone respects in the room. Why? Because he stopped acting like he needed approval. He started walking like he belonged. He started realizing that the less he cared about chasing, the more others cared about chasing him. And here's the deeper layer. It's not even about women. It's about you. It's about the way you decide to live. Do you want to be a man constantly seeking scraps of attention, or a man radiating so much self-respect that people naturally want to be near you? Because once you choose the latter, relationships become effortless. People feel drawn to your energy, your confidence, your presence. And yes, women will feel addicted to it, because it's rare, it's powerful, and it's real. Now I want you to remember this. Love, attraction, respect, loyalty. They are not won by begging, they are earned by becoming. Become the man who doesn't chase approval, but commands. Become the man who doesn't bend for validation, but radiates it. Become the man who can look at any situation and know, with or without you I am whole. That's the man women get addicted to. That's the man the world remembers. So the next time you feel yourself slipping into the trap of overgiving, over-chasing, or over-proving, pause. Step back, remind yourself, the less you care, the more powerful you become. Not because you're indifferent, but because you're rooted in your work. And that is what changes everything. Stand tall, walk with purpose, live with standards, and never forget, you are the prize. Always.